An FBI anti-terrorism task force has caught an 18-year-old New York man who wanted to buy guns from the undercover agent to, in his words, execute Jews and blacks. Thankfully, he was actually caught. So we have this information thanks to a federal complaint that accused 18-year-old Shane Robert Smith of buying weapons and ammunition from an undercover agent back on August 6th. He bought a Colt M16 Model A2 and a Military Armament Corporation MAC-10 machine gun.
Shouldn't be. Those things should only be. They should never be out of an armory.
Yeah. Now, luckily, in this case, in New York, it is illegal, so that's one of the things that they busted him on.
Yeah. So, according to the Post-Star, Smith told the undercover investigators that he needed the weapons to execute kikes, coons, and get money for the crew, according to his words. Smith explained that he was building a hit squad and would need a sidearm or heavy weapon in case he got cornered.
Hey, who's his crew? Have they all been arrested? Wait a minute now.
He has a crew.
He has a crew. I mean, I know that every white shooter is a lone wolf, and I know non-white shooters are either thugs or terrorists. But I'm sure that if a Black Panther said, I'm getting these guns for my crew, his crew would be investigated. I'm sure that if it was a Muslim terrorist who was getting ready to shoot Jews and white people or whoever he was going to shoot, right? Just like this guy's planning to shoot Jews and blacks, I'm pretty sure that we'd be on a nationwide hunt for his crew, and would be already convinced that his crew was ISIS.
Yeah. Maybe he's like a Starbucks manager.
Yeah.
That's, his crew there.
So, look, in this case, thankfully, the FBI...
He's probably not a manager.
Probably not yet.
I think one thing I'm positive of, even though he is getting his motivation online, probably from other hate groups, lone wolf.
Lone wolf. Yeah, and what are the odds that this guy who... Look, Fox News, watch the Fox News coverage of this, which will not exist. I'm not going to say that they care at all about black people in America, but supposedly they care about Israel. They care about Jewish people. So this guy wanted to execute people. Now, he had a racist term for them. What are the chances that Fox calls this guy a thug when they cover this? It is absolutely zero. I will take any bet for any amount. This guy, 18-year-old, he's a teen. He's one of these terrible teens. We're not going to hear anything about the community needing to respond to this.
Wait, what about his parents? What about the parents that raised this thug?
Yeah.
Right? I'm ready to condemn them. What about the culture?
No
wait a minute. What's going on in upstate New York? What about the culture here that produced this animal, this thug?
Yeah.
That was going to go around killing people, blacks, Jews, whoever else he was racist and bigoted against.
Yeah.
By the way, you stir up bigotry, right? You stir it up. Oh, the Mexicans are rapists and criminals. The Muslims are this. The black people are thugs and all this stuff, right? And what do you get at the bottom of that Pandora's box? Oh, right, anti-Semitism. The racism we're used to against black people, right?
Yeah.
You think it wasn't going to come out? Oh, it's friends of Israel that go around pretending that they're friends of Israel. Oh, yeah, we got your back. But you stir that pot. At the bottom of the pot is anti-Semitism, and it's coming out.
Yeah.
But no, I had nothing to do with it. No, I wanted you to discriminate against other people, not against Jews. Oops.
And this guy wanted to execute blacks, in his word. Like, look, I know that there are hate crimes against black people in this country all the time, but it feels like there has been a lot. Mass shootings, attempted mass shootings. The FBI also broke up the group of 5 men from Virginia, I believe, who wanted to shoot up a number of black churches to start a race war. So we have all this in just the past 6 months, maybe. We had different churches being shot up. Is there any chance that maybe the rhetoric about Black Lives Matters, about how they're destroying this country, they want to eliminate traditional America, maybe has something to do with that? Megyn Kelly would say no, rhetoric isn't to blame for anything. But these guys weren't necessarily shooting up churches or trying to execute people at this rate a couple of years ago.
I think Cenk's, you both made the point. It's just really good. What's the name of the Planned Parenthood shooter? Do we use his name or
we never used it in the video, I don't believe.
All right, so that guy, the guy with the beard and the piercing blue eyes. How many cops he killed? 3?
I believe he killed 1 cop and injured.
Oh, right, he killed 1 cop. Right, but I mean,
3 people overall.
Right, but it's an infinite percent more that have been killed by Black Lives Matter, which we are led to believe has whipped up this frenzy that has put police officers in jeopardy. The only thing that anyone could actually believe that Black Lives Matters and the stories about it have done to police is it may have made police a little less willing to go into situations because they're pissed and but there's no evidence whatsoever that there. Certainly, police shooting, the number of police officers shot and killed in the line of duty this year down significantly.
Yeah.
So all of that is a big myth, but yes. But we do have these guys who are putting cops' lives in danger.
So demagogues came out after the Paris shooting Ted Cruz, Donald Trump, and some others, and said, we got to profile them based on religion. We got to make sure we keep the Muslims out, but we can let the good Christians in from Syria, right? You know who came out against that? The Anti-Defamation League. Wait a minute, why does the Anti-Defamation League care whether you're discriminating against Muslims or not? One, because they're fundamentally decent people. Two, because the organization is built to be moral, right?
Yeah.
And three, because they know the same thing I know. You stir that pot, and at the bottom, oh, look, you released anti-Semitism, right? Because once you start the hatred, it always comes back to the groups we know. And one of them, maybe primary on the list historically, is Jewish people. That's what it comes back to. So the Anti-Defamation League is both moral and smart. They're like, don't do that. Don't do that. That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Don't profile people. It's going to lead to bad results. Don't profile people based on religion. We've seen that movie, bad results, right? And here we are, right? So now, of course, the other side says, no, that's not fair. Lone wolf. The other people are worse. It doesn't count. You go make all the excuses you want. But here it is.